Good.
So, good day, everyone. And today we have a very special guest from not too far away, actually just the city beside us, Pretoria. And yeah, so welcome, Wendy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. It's great to have you, and great to have a teacher that I've wanted to actually physically host a class in the studio, but we just haven't had the chance yet. So, Wendy, tell us where you're from and when you first started or discovered yoga.
Okay, I am from Pretoria. My journey with yoga is a short one. It's a relatively new one. I started practicing or doing asana practices about 2.5 years ago. And towards the end of the year before last, another teacher started offering yoga qualifications. And I had done a couple of these chakra meditations with him. So because I knew the teacher and I kind of resonated with him, I decided to join his classes last year. So we did our 200-year or 200-hour yoga qualification during the course of last year. Yes.
Your course was a whole year long, correct? Sorry, I think I'm losing you there a bit. We've been in the middle of a very bad storm. So yeah, we've been in the middle of a very bad storm. I think whoever is in Joburg and Pretoria will know and remember back to this time. But Wendy, your class was your yoga teacher training was a 1 year long training, correct?
Yes, it was a year of very intense yoga, everything. I think all of us breathed, ate, and slept yoga for the entire year.
Wow. And so, what would you say? Tell us a bit about that teacher training. So, when would you go to class, and how was it structured over that year? Because Wendy has another job, a real job. So she had to juggle working and being in the working world and doing her yoga teacher training, which must have been quite intense.
It was very intense for us. We had formal classes twice a week, which was the Monday evening and the Saturday. And we still had to attend formal asana practices during the week as well. So basically, out of the entire 7-day week, I think we had 3 days free in the week, in the evenings. The rest of it was all taken up by yoga. Apart from attending the classes, we had to do various assignments and homework. I think we read about 18 books during the course of last year. And our course was supplemented with Ayurveda. We did some fasting, we did some juice fasting, we did some sattvic eating. Yeah. So we really got submerged in yoga for the entire year. And we ended the year with a silent retreat, which I think was probably the highlight for me of the entire year.
Sure, it sounds so intense, especially when you got to sort of like balance your life, your work life, and then still like you're not in a ashram, so you like have that sort of like, where am I, you know, sort of like I'm in the yogi thing, but I'm also in real life. So I think I don't know if I would have been able to be so disciplined. I really take my hat off to you.
You know the saying that they say, fake it until you make it? I think that applied through a lot of the times last year. Yeah. I think all of us probably here by June, July, have considered leaving the training at least once or twice, if we are honest with ourselves. Just the weight of running your normal day-to-day job and then doing this on top of it it became quite stressful at times. We had a lady that fell pregnant during the course of the year. We had we all still had our normal lives and our normal challenges to face with it. And as we know, yoga tends to bring out a whole hidden emotions and feelings. So you're doing your normal life while you've got all of this bubbling up. So I think we probably deserved a medal towards the end of last year.
Yeah. And definitely a medal bigger than the Comrades Marathon medal. Hey.
I would say so, yes.
Like about this big. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you say yoga has changed your life? If you were to think back 2 years ago before you embarked on this journey, what do you think has changed for you?
Yoga has definitely changed my opinion about the body, how your body reacts to whatever happens in your mind. I think yoga has also changed the way that I react to certain situations. Whereas in the past, you used to be very close-minded almost. Whereas yoga kind of promotes or invites you to look a bit further than what you think you are seeing. So I guess it made me a lot more aware of not only myself, but with people around me and how I interact with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be like a theme amongst a lot of the teachers, is that it also just gives you that little bit more patience almost when dealing in situations. It's almost like you can tap into that like inner peace stuff. So I know for myself, I'm like that with everyone else, not so much with my family, but definitely with the rest of the world. I'm very cool, calm, and collected. So, but I do feel.
And I think you also become more patient with yourself as well. You become gentler with yourself. And I think you understand yourself much better. And you can go through any asana practice. And if you skip practice for a week or two and you go back to the mat again, that patience and that gentleness, I think, comes back to the forefront again.
It's a continual journey, hey?
Yeah.
So what would you say now, having gone through your teacher training, having, you know, sort of arrived at this stage of your life, I like to ask the question of like, what is your heart's greatest desire? No pressure.
My heart's greatest desire, would that be yoga related, or would that be normal life related?
Life related.
My heart's biggest desire would probably be to continue on this journey that I am now, and to be able to share it in my own unique way. We always joke and we say that whenever we move to a bigger property, it should be big enough so that I can have my little Zen garden where I can do it. So definitely more towards that side. If I go towards yoga in itself, I would definitely like to share yoga and the asana practice with the older lady. I think there's plenty of support for our younger ones in our designer types. My focus would much rather be on the ladies, normal sized ladies, you know, the mommies, the working type, and just to have them feel the comfort and the release from every day that you can have through yoga.
Absolutely. And that just makes me think about, you know, yoga is truly for everybody. Yoga is for all. It's not about the handstand or the peak pose or the Instagram yoga posture. It's really about that inclusiveness of getting it out to everyone. And I mean, I've seen that with a lot of my students. Yoga is truly for everyone, and often those that would fear to go into class the most are the ones that benefit and need it the most. So yeah, that's beautiful. That'll be really cool. I can't wait until you open the studio.
In the long run. For now, I still have my day job to focus on.
Yes.
But that would be the ultimate. If you can have your own little boutique studio going, that would be the ultimate.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would we're currently in lockdown in South Africa, so there will be some people from around the world watching this. I did mention that our lockdown in South Africa, we've been in for 2.5 weeks. We've just been extended, so it's going to be a total of 5 weeks. What would you say to someone who's currently in lockdown and just finding it really difficult? Because I think there's a lot of people out there that are finding it very challenging. They maybe not coping as well as the rest of us that have other skills that we've learned through our yoga practice. What advice would you give those sort of people at this time?
My best advice would be that you have to be realistic about this. You're going to have good days, and you are most definitely going to have the bad days. And the bad days are okay. The internet currently is inundated with being grateful and being happy and being positive. And I just want everybody to know that it's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to be grateful and still be miserable. It's okay to be grateful and still not get out of bed. So be gentle with yourself. If you are working from home, nobody's expecting you to be 100% productive. It's unrealistic. So take your bad days just as your good days. And if you find yourself getting stuck in your bad day or your bad moment, make a little list and have a little goal. If it's only to do one thing a day, that's perfect.
Exactly. Sorry, I'm just leaving that space because it's very noisy with the rain. So I'll come here. There you go. So yeah, I think that's great. I also think it's good to just go with the flow. Nobody's expecting anything of you, or I think it's a challenging time. So
yeah.
So the one last thing that I forgot to talk about, or not forgot, I had it in my mind, was 108 sun salutations, which Wendy and I have been speaking about for some time. And I spoke to you about doing 108 sun salutations, and that I would really wanted you to come and help me facilitate, because I've never done 108 sun salutations myself. So we have a date, Wendy. When we get out of this lockdown,
yes,
we need to do this in our local park. We'll invite all the yogis that will have a look at your video, and
yes.
So that would be great if we can still plan that and still do that.
108 sun salutations is probably one of the most amazing experiences that you can go through. We did it last year on International Yoga Day, and apart from the fact that it obviously builds tapas, it burns some fire, you feel completely zen up afterwards. To go through the entire experience, I'm not going to be over dramatic by saying it's life-changing, but it definitely gives you a different kind of feeling towards the end of the practice.
Yeah, it must be a great achievement to achieve something like that. Because I know I push for maximum 10 in a class, and I can see that even on 10, people start to take some strain. So yeah, I look forward to having that experience with you.
That will be amazing.
It's a date.
And it is doable. I mean, there's an entire class of us that went through it. And my partner, Franco, who's not a regular yogi, also did it. And he went through the 108 sun salutations, no problem. He survived it and he walked fine afterwards.
Yeah, so definitely we'll set up a date as soon as we out of this lockdown. And we can't wait to host you in person in the studio someday. But for now, we'll have to do with a virtual class. Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy the...
Sorry. Thank you so much.
Are we back now? There we go.
Yeah, we're back. Thank you so much for agreeing to share the yoga love with all the yogis Joburg side. And we'll definitely have you soon in the studio.
Thank you. I'm
Okay.
very happy to share this couple of minutes with you.
Cool, man. Lots of love. Chat soon.
All right then.